and welcome back to Tokyo Otaku Mode Livestream Hot, broadcasting to you from Tokyo Game Show 2015 on YouTube Live. It's the second day for us here at TGS. We have still a lot of awesome programs left for you, but let's get into it for now. Our next panel, we are going to talk about something I know you love. What if I say those two words to you? Survival horror. What do you think of? Of course, Resident Evil. And so, thank you. And so for our next panel, we are going to talk about the latest news on the Resident Evil franchise. To do that, we have actually the honor to have a special guest from Capcom. Please welcome Mr. James Vance.
Okay.
It is on.
Pleasure to be here in this at-home atmosphere. It's quite nice.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's great.
Really looking forward to talk. But before we start,
Sure.
I actually want to remind our viewers what's been up with Resident Evil.
Yep.
And so we're going to check out the latest trailers
Let's do it.
that we had for TGS. So let's start with the first one. Are we ready? Here we go. So first will be a trailer for Resident Evil 0 HD.
HD remaster, that's correct.
Let's look at it.
It was I who scattered the T-virus in the mansion. Revenge on Umbrella.
The Umbrella Research Center? The first general manager, Dr. James Marcus.
Impossible. But if somehow it is true, then Umbrella will be finished.
What could have done this?
He must have kept messing around with the mother virus.
You are wasting your time. I am very territorial.
You can't be serious. I have finished the research on the T-virus, but I need a little more time to complete the more powerful G-virus.
Do as you wish. I will follow my initial plan and lure the STARS members into the mansion.
Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil.
Thank you.
All right. So, in just a few words, can you tell us a little bit more about this Resident Evil 0 HD version?
Sure, yeah. So you just saw the trailer for Resident Evil 0 HD remaster. We previously released Resident Evil HD remaster to much appeal to the fans, and they really seem to like that a lot. So we're following up with this one, and in turn, it's the same as Resident Evil HD remaster, totally redone graphics. If you might know, the original version came out on the GameCube quite a many years ago.
Yes.
And there might have been some fans who didn't get a chance to play that, so now they can play it again, but in 2015 glory, 2016 glory. We have additional modes as well in the game, so even if you did play the original, now's your chance to try out some additional modes there. At the end of the trailer, you also saw that we're releasing a collection with Resident Evil HD Remaster as well as Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster. Both of these are coming out in early next year.
Great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I did not own a GameCube, so I'm really looking forward to try that story.
Yeah, I shouldn't say it either, but neither did I. So I'm looking forward to it as well.
Great. Awesome. There was another Resident Evil news at TGS. We
Yes,
had
that's
another
correct.
title that was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at
Sure.
what it is.
Let's do it.
All right. Umbrella Corps. What
Yeah.
can you tell us about that?
Sure, yeah. Umbrella Corps is a brand new title for the Resident Evil franchise. It's a little different than the traditional survival horror focused titles. Instead, it's a extremely fast-paced shooting game, which we're positioning as a competitive shooter. So the core focus is first and foremost shooting. It's a player versus player game. And we have it here at the show, so you can go there and check it out. We have a 3 versus 3 setup going on there, and it takes place in the Resident Evil universe. So there are a lot of unique features about that that allow us to introduce a lot of fun and interesting gameplay elements. For example, if you're in a normal military type of shooter, of course you wouldn't have zombies. But some games have zombies. But actually, we have a unique twist on that, in that all of the characters in the game, or all the players in the game, have a zombie jammer on their back. So when they first go into the field, the zombies actually don't attack them. Because of this, the magnetic waves coming out of this, the zombies don't see you. But if you shoot the zombies, they'll come at you. Or if your jammer gets broken, the zombies will come at you. So it's kind of an unpredictable, also strategic element in the game. So we have many, many features like this in the game, which I think it makes it a very enjoyable and unique twist on the shooting genre, utilizing the Resident Evil universe. And there's plenty of other things straight up from the Resident Evil universe that you can look forward to in the game.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
Great. So this was the latest Resident Evil info at TGS, but also there were a lot of titles on the different Capcom booth that were at TGS.
Yeah, it's a big booth.
Let's take a look at the Capcom corner of the TGS. We took a bit of pictures. Let's take a look. First, this is one of my favorite series of all time.
Ace Attorney, yeah.
Ace Attorney, Gyakuten Saiban in Japanese.
Yeah, that's correct.
Really looking forward to that number 6.
Yeah.
The trailer announces like really different country, different elements where there has usually no attorney, and there's this like shaman element of
there's kind of a mystical element going on, and as you can see here from the booth design, it has kind of an Asian taste to it.
Yes, very much so. Really looking forward to that title.
Thank you.
Next is next, please. Next is, of course, Monster Hunter Cross.
Monster Cross, yes.
It was gigantic.
You
huge
have to booth.
see. I don't think the pictures do justice to it. It's really enormous. You have to take a look for yourself. If you're here at TGS, make sure to check the Capcom booth. It's really impressive.
Yes. Please check it out. There's tons of machines to play on, tons of things to see there. Please go there and check it out. It's a really cool booth just to even look at if you don't get a chance to play.
And of course, if we talk about Capcom, there's one series we cannot avoid. That is Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, that's correct. Street Fighter 5.
Again, very, very awaited title. I think there's the beta was running not so long ago, the beta for Street Fighter 5.
Oh, that's correct, yes.
And we had some new characters.
Yeah, we have a new character, Karen, at the show. Was revealed here.
There's a lot of people waiting to play that game if you go there. It's really impressive. I really enjoyed my time.
Yeah. You got some hands-on time?
I got some hands-on time. It's really a different feeling. You have to try it for yourself. It gets a whole, you got a whole step of learning to get used to that new Street Fighter. It's really great. Well, it's still really slick, smooth.
Yep.
The animation looks really, really great.
Yeah, it's quite fantastic.
Yeah.
You can really see the step up to the PlayStation 4.
Very, very, very cool Street Fighter. And last, of course, we just talked about it. Biohazard in Japan, Resident Evil everywhere else in the world.
Yeah, actually in the West too, it doesn't have the Resident Evil moniker. It's just Umbrella Corps.
It's just Umbrella Corps.
Because it is such a different twist on it. As the Resident Evil development team, Resident Evil is first and foremost a survival horror game for us, but we also like to challenge other things. With the 20th anniversary coming up, we have many different ideas in the pipeline, many different dishes to serve. And this is just, of course, the first appetizer.
Nice.
That we really like people to enjoy. As you can see in this picture of the booth, we have 3 versus 3 set up in 3 different tables. So we have 18 players who could play there on the PC.
Fantastic.
It's a really great environment. You can watch it in the back. There's a viewing area, and you can see it through the outside.
I spent just a bit of time on the viewing area.
Yeah.
Look very, very dynamic.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of sneaking, but also some really fast-paced action.
Yeah, yeah. As I said, we kind of wanted to capture that Resident Evil, that vibe of kind of always watching your back.
Yeah.
And because the maps are very compact but very complex in design, it really gives the player an opportunity to be as sneaky as they can be. But of course, the opposing player is going to also be as sneaky as it can be. So you're always watching your back, always looking around. You have that really high sense of tension. And the mode that we're featuring today is a one-life match. So if you get shot down, you don't respawn until the match restarts. But the matches are very speedy, so you might get that like 1 second of frustration, but your next chance comes right away. So in that sense, it's really kind of almost like Street Fighter in a sense that, it's all about your player's skill. If you get knocked out this round, next round is your next chance to try again.
All right, great, fantastic. That's it for the booth. There are also many other titles that were present.
Yeah.
But we're actually here to talk about another title.
That's correct, yes.
That is actually why we called you, because I called you in, we talked about the latest news on Resident Evil, but didn't give you just time to present yourself. Who are you?
Sure, yeah. So my name is James Vance, and I work at Capcom here in Japan in the Tokyo office, working closely, of course, with the teams in Osaka and taking the bullet train there quite often. I'm a producer there. My latest game is Umbrella Corps, which I am the producer on. Previously in the Resident Evil franchise, I worked on Resident Evil Revelations 2 as the assistant producer. We released the game on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, and PC earlier in the year. And just recently, a few days ago actually, we released the PlayStation Vita version.
Yes, Resident Evil Revelations 2 on PlayStation Vita, so that's quite a feat. How did this come to happen?
Sure. We originally wanted to release the game on the PlayStation Vita from the get-go, but as I just explained, we were releasing the game on 5 other platforms, which, if anyone is familiar with game development, is quite a challenge in and of itself. And on top of that, I'm not sure how familiar you are with this, but the Resident Evil Revelations franchise is the story is divided into kind of a television-type episodic format.
It was episodic on PC.
Yeah. And so when you play the game, each story kind of ends, and then the next one starts, like previously on Revelations, very similar to your favorite television series. But this time with Revelations 2, we actually decided to release it episodically.
Yes.
So once every week there was a new episode. Doing this, we thought would be a great experience for consumers, because usually, even though a game comes out at a specified time, there's a certain number of people who don't play it right away. And then if they talk to their friends about it, it's like, oh, I missed that. Oh, yeah, that's old news, But by releasing it every week, everyone's on the same time frame. So that everyone, if you're at work, it's like, oh, did you play, the latest episode? What do you think is going to happen next? Each episode, actually, we created a cliffhanger. So you were kind of wondering what was going to happen next. Anyway, long story short, releasing episodic content for 5 different platforms all at once is a huge deal in the background where no one can see. It was a little too much work for us to get the Vita version out. However, Sony Computer Entertainment America approached us. Of course, they knew we were working on the title because we were releasing it for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and they said, if you're interested in releasing it on the PlayStation Vita, we have a team who can help you do that.
All right.
So we had to work closely with them to provide them with the data that was used to create the PlayStation 3 version, as well as some data from the other versions, PlayStation 4 version, excuse me. And then they worked with an external development company as well as their internal teams to create it for the PlayStation Vita. And it's actually the most complete package that there is.
All right. Yes. I've read that it has like 11 different languages and 6 different types of voice acting, depending on.
That's correct.
the
Yeah,
language.
all of the console versions also have the same number: 11 texted languages and 6 voiced languages. To be honest, I wasn't sure that we were able to put that on the Vita to begin with.
The Vita cartridge.
Yeah, because it's a cartridge rather than like a Blu-ray format, which has a huge capacity. But they said, yeah, we can do it. Kind of interesting thing about that is that, particularly for our like Asian audience who's watching, we included Korean as well as Chinese in there. So it's full text, full menu, full subtitle localization for that. So that in the PlayStation Vita version, it's very easy if you want to play it if you want to play it in English and with Korean subtitles, if you want to play it in Japanese with Korean subtitles, it's all your choice.
All right, so you have no excuse not to enjoy that title
Exactly.
wherever you are in the world.
That's correct. Yeah.
Great.
Should we talk about this?
We're going to show it. Yes, because you were talking about the episodes.
Sure,
so
yeah.
It explains what's actually the content in the PS Vita version.
Sure. So the PlayStation Vita version, as I said, is the most content complete out of all the versions out there.
Yes.
You were given the opportunity to download everything individually if you wanted to. Each episode was very low cost. But we decided for the PlayStation Vita version, because it was coming out a little after the rest of them, that we take everything that we had released, everything apart from consumable content, content that you purchase and it disappears. You don't want any of that on the cartridge. So everything apart from that is there. So that includes all 4 main episodes, 2 extra episodes, additional characters, which we'll show here in a bit, Wesker and Hunk, 2 famous characters from the Resident Evil franchise, as well as some additional content for raid mode here. Here you can say Wesker and Hunk at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's some additional raid mode content, which allows you to carry more weapons, more items that you find and things like that. So it's the most content complete package that there is. And it's also at I think a relatively competitive price.
Right. That's right. Now, can you tell us a bit more? You told us there were episodes, and it was made to feel like a TV show
Sure.
with people coming back to it every week when it was released. Now, what about the story? Can we find some familiar faces from the Resident Evil franchise?
Yeah. If you're a fan of Resident Evil, there are 2 big names for you that I can tell you without ruining the story.
Right? Yes.
One of them is Claire Redfield, who you would know for most recently. Here you go, Claire Redfield from
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, and then Codename Veronica.
Code Veronica, yeah.
So it's her first appearance in quite some time. So that's something really great that I think fans of Claire can look forward to. And of course, we see here on the far side Barry Burton, who's kind of a dark hero in the Resident Evil franchise for his famous lines in Resident Evil 1, like the Jill sandwich line and things like that. I don't know if you know that, but he's kind of famous for being a little foul-mouthed. And so we see his daughter actually makes an appearance here, Moria Burton. And she's foul-mouthed as well. So
She's a feisty one.
yeah, she's feisty. That's right. But as you play through the game, basically, it's each episode contains 2 stories that proceed on 2 different storylines. As it's listed here, one is about escaping the island because Claire and Moria are basically captured and sent to this island, this crazy island, and then Barry is going in to save his daughter Moria.
All right.
On the way, he meets this mysterious girl, Natalia. But each of the 2 characters that the player can control and switch between at any time have different types of player skills. So Claire is all about being out on front and center. She has experience fighting the bioterror. Moria is totally inexperienced. Like her first day on the job, and she gets kidnapped. So
Worst day ever.
Yeah, so you get a good balance between the 2 characters. And same for, obviously, Barry is well equipped to take on the infected hordes. Well, Natalia there in her nightgown is not, but Natalia's got some other interesting abilities that will give you a strategic advantage. So it's cool to play
All
as
right,
the 2
mysterious
characters.
Natalia.
Yeah.
Great. A few seconds ago, before we talked about the main story, you told us about the content inside, and you mentioned something called raid mode.
Yeah, let's take a look.
What is raid mode?
So raid mode appeared in Resident Evil Revelations 1 as well, but it's greatly expanded in Resident Evil Revelations 2. This is like arcade, very arcadey type of mode.
Right.
The story is, has very realistic foundations, very scary, a strong focus on survival horror, puzzle solving, and things like that. The raid mode is, anything goes. Total straight up action. You can play as many characters. I think close to 20 different characters that you can use from all across the Resident Evil series. You could play as characters that appear in this game, such as Claire and Moria. You can play as Chris Redfield. You can play as Leon. All these are unlocked as you play over the course of over 200 missions. And when you go into the mission, basically, there's a number of enemies that you need to destroy or kill, however you want to say, before you can clear the mission. And they're kind of almost like an RPG. They all have levels, and you have a level. So the more you play, you can level up to 99, etc. Your weapons level up too. And you can also add parts onto your weapons. So there's a ton of character growth aspects involved with this. It's extremely addictive mode. Also, the enemies that come out, we'll play some today, but some of the characters that come out are at first rather standard zombies, but as you play, they'll power up and they'll have like fire on them, or they'll have like a kind of death kind of cloud around them. If you get hit by the death cloud, you need to destroy them within 20 seconds or you die.
Oh.
And you can power up your weapons conversely to try to take these on. So you'll prepare like an ice shotgun, or like a type of sniper rifle that's super powerful at penetrating multiple enemies and things like that. So it's got quite a bit of depth. Yeah.
Wow. So you weren't kidding us when you told us there was a lot of content. It was
Yeah.
full of content in that one.
Yeah,
PS Vita
it's kind
cartridge.
of hard to believe that the raid mode in particular is not a separate game. But it's in there. It's in there. So I hope everyone really enjoys it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ton of stuff to do. Yeah.
Great. And because talking about game is great, but playing games is way better.
Sure.
Let's give a demonstration
Sure, let's do
of raid mode and play together. We have 2 PS Vitas here.
Right.
So let's get started.
Okay.
Maybe we can put the microphones on the little stand so we
here.
can continue talking and commenting as we play.
Sure. I guess that works out okay.
I think it does. Can you guys hear us well? I think so.
It's okay.
It's perfect. All right. Let me take my own console. So I played the first 2 episodes
Okay, great.
of
Good to
Revelations
hear.
2, but I have not yet tried raid mode, so this is the first for me.
Okay.
I hope you didn't choose a level that was too hard from the start.
No, we're starting at level 2.
All right.
On this screen, you can see at the top, if you're familiar with Japanese, it says recommended level 2, and I have our character set at level 2. So you're going to be Hunk.
I'm Hunk.
And as you get, he's a famous agent in the Resident Evil universe who
Yes.
somehow always survives.
Yes.
So he knows his stuff, and you have 4 different weapons to choose from. And I'll be Wesker, and I have 2 at this time because we're at a low level. The more you play, the more you can unlock. So let's push the X button,
All right.
if you could, and we'll start to go off here.
All right.
Let's give it a second to pair. We're playing with the ad hoc mode. So this features PlayStation Online connectivity, so you can play with anyone from around the world.
All right.
And then we recently released an update, actually the day that the game came out. We released an update that allowed ad hoc mode, so we can play in this type of environment as well. TGS is rather famous for having unreliable connection, so we thought it would be best to have a direct connection here.
Yes.
So we're going to start out in a level that's based in the Resident Evil 6 universe. This way, raid mode takes a lot of. It has original modes that were created just for original stages that were created just for this game, but also very familiar stages from a variety of stages across Resident Evil history. So here we are in the China mode.
All
Let me
right.
see if I can find you. There you are behind me.
Yes, I am behind you. Can I get used to the controls a bit?
Sure, the zombies are going to start coming our way, so I'll keep them fended off while we get used to it.
All right. So the trigger buttons are
So L1
L
is...
to L to aim, and I suppose R to.
Yeah, so R1 is aim, and then...
Oh, I got one.
There you go, yeah. Reload is square. These are the same basic controls as the console PS3
Okay,
version.
D-pad
PS4.
changes my weapon.
Right.
Same as the console version, I suppose.
There's some PS Vita specific functionality as well.
Someone's
If you
behind
get
us.
damaged, if you lose some of your health, pressing the lower right hand part of the screen will fill up your health. You'll lose an herb.
That's right. The Vita has a back touch panel, like sensitive panel that you can use.
Right,
as
you can
well.
use the back touch panel, but it's not on by default, where you decided to use the front touch panel because this mode is so quick and fast. We like you to be able to reach your thumb over right away.
Can I use the knife, as in the single player?
Yes, if you don't aim and you just push the R button,
Oh, great.
you'll
yes.
use the knife.
There's some
So
ammo
L is
here.
aim, R is shoot. You can also switch to throwing weapons such as a grenade by having aim out and then touching the upper right part of the screen.
Alright.
Bring up I threw a kind of lightning base grenade there. So right now the enemies are pretty low level, just to give us a first feel for this. But these guys will really power up. Some of them are like running at you very quickly. And you got to know your stuff.
Alright. Whoa.
So yeah, you have a variety of weapons. You'll have 4 weapons. You can switch between using the D-pad.
Yes.
I have 2 at this time.
Oh,
So right now we
someone's
have-
behind me. Someone's behind me.
Someone's behind you?
Oh,
Oh,
he's.
Let's go there. Let's get him.
Oh, there you go.
If you knock an enemy down too and you don't quite dwindle away all of their health, when you get close, you can use the R button.
Oh, to finish them with.
To finish them off. And Hunk actually has a super cool finishing move. If you get a chance, like, let me take out this guy's legs.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I took him out too much.
Wait, let me go back to the regular gun and try to hit them in the
Or
legs.
when they're kind of, when the enemy's kind of dizzy. Oh. Also, you can evade. You can evade by pushing.
Oh,
Did you do the cool move? Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Wesker, Wesker's all about the kind of martial arts techniques.
Yes.
So let me see if I can get one of his moves in here.
All right. He's down. He got me. Save me.
Yeah, actually, when you
Sneaky zombies. Hey, there we go.
when you play the raid mode, playing with 2 players does not increase the difficulty. The difficulty stays the same. So if you're in a situation where you just can't get by clear a certain stage, of course the kind of standard way to overcome that is to play some more and build up your level. But if you want to do it right away, if you call a friend, you'll definitely have the advantage.
So it's actually recommended to have a friend and play through.
Some people like to have that kind of challenge all for themselves.
Of course.
But if you're one of those people who just needs a little extra hand, your friends can be there to help you.
Great.
And as I said, you can play via the PlayStation Network worldwide with anyone from around the world, or you can play ad hoc mode just like this, right next to each other. So I'll try to give you some support here if you need.
I can finish this guy. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I love those
Super
finish
cool.
moves.
That's a nice finishing move.
Oh, wait. Right next to us.
There you
Well done. Ah.
So these are the standard zombie types. If you played the story mode, you would have seen these kind of zombies in Barry's campaign. They're called the Rotten. Barry's campaign is kind of interesting story. Barry's campaign takes place a little after Moira's and Claire's, because he's going to the island to help them. And these are zombies who have kind of been there too long and they're all rotten. So we call them the Rotten.
Yeah, I've realized when I played the single player that the enemies are a little different from episode 1 to episode 2, and there was some mystery there.
Yeah, that's correct.
What might have happened between episodes, but I don't want to be spoiled because I've also started playing the game. So
Sure, here.
I'm
keep my
looking
mouth shut.
forward to what's next on
There's also
episode 3.
Yeah, please do. Episode 3 is a really good episode, actually. There's some huge story plots there for any fan of Resident Evil in particular. As you see, there's like a chest that I'm standing in front of. If you grab the chest, you get a record album.
Yes, I got one right at the start of the game. I couldn't stop myself. There was a chest I had to open.
You want to grab those. So basically what they are, they're items that can be attached to your weapons to power up your weapons with different types of attributes. Or weapons themselves, but you don't know what they are when you grab them. All you see is kind of like a symbol on the outside that will give you a general idea of what they are. But when you get back to kind of this home base, so right now we can clear the mission, but we haven't destroyed all the enemies. So let's go back. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, we can see 33 out of 39.
Yes.
If you clear all of the enemies, you get an extra bonus.
Let's
So if
clear.
you're in a really tight spot, and you just want to get out of there alive,
Yeah.
now's your chance. But looks like we're doing okay. So.
I think we're doing pretty good on this one. Those zombies
Zombie got me.
stand no chance. Oh,
There you go.
Finish.
You get a bonus for not using. There you go. Nice. I think we did overkill on that guy.
Just a little bit.
You get a bonus if you clear the mission without using an herb. You get a bonus for clearing a mission by clearing all of the zombies out or all the creatures out. Oh, somebody got me again.
Oh,
That's
there.
a tricky thing about this level. There's so many corridors coming off from the side. Alex, we got it. You want to do the honors? You want to come over here and get the coin?
Ooh, that's the coin?
Yeah, if you take that out with your knife.
Oh,
There we go.
mission accomplished! Yay! Hey,
Thank
first time for me, I think. I deserve a little bit more.
So as we can see here, we get a clear badge. Like I said, this can be displayed in any of 11 languages. Regulation badge. No herb badge, so we got a bonus for not using an herb. Genocide badge, which is clearing all the enemies. And a complete badge is basically getting all of the badges. And actually, as I said, there's over 200 missions, and they're actually divided into something that we call gauntlets. So each gauntlet has 6 missions, and if you want to access some of the further gauntlets, you need to clear some of these by getting all the badges.
Oh, I leveled up. Well, kind
Nice.
of. Now level 3. I got a record
Nice.
that looks like a machine gun.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's give it a chance to return back to the home base, I think, and then I'll show you. Go through some of the ways that we can power up the weapons, etc.
All right.
So, what did you think?
It's I don't know. I felt pretty tense as so many zombies came sneaking on my back while I was kind of watching you killing them, and then from behind I got grabbed once or twice.
Yeah.
So I can feel that Resident Evil tension.
Yeah, you definitely do have that, especially when it powers up. As I was saying, this stage is right at the very beginning. This is Gauntlet 1. I think it's like the 3rd mission or something like that. But once you get to Gauntlet like Omega, you're in for a real treat.
The name sounds ominous already.
Yeah, it is. And actually, in this in the Vita version too, one of the additional pieces of content that we have is an extra map pack. So there's some classic stages from other Resident Evil games in there, particularly Resident Evil Revelations 1, which took place on a giant cruiser,
Yes.
cruise liner. There's a classic stage from there. So here we are back at the home base.
So that's our home base.
Let's show you a couple interesting things about this. All the pictures on the wall are actually different pictures from the different stages. So you get an idea.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, this kind of scary chair here in the middle. The premise for this is that this is a battle simulator, and it's kind of gone AWOL. You're trapped inside of this battle simulator with no way to escape.
All right.
See if you can make it through all the. So if you go over to the mannequin over here,
Yes.
this is where you can choose your characters. For example, if I go out right now, I just have 5 characters available. So characters from the game and the 2 additional characters in the DLC. But as you clear the story, you'll get more characters. As you clear the raid mode, you'll get more characters. Still eventually have a huge roster. And all the characters actually have unique abilities. For example, Hunk, for example, when you're using the... if you aim and then push the upper right of the Vita screen, you can choose your sub-weapon. You can also choose his skill, which is cloaking. So he kind of becomes like the Predator. He becomes invisible for a short amount of time, and none of the enemies can see you. And these skills, actually, if you power them up all the way, can be transferred to another player. So kind of default player is this kind of Matrix type of guy, who we call Cypher. If you actually don't choose a character to become, and his powered-up weapon is a sword.
Wow.
So you can power that up and transfer to somebody else. You can go through, like, as Moria, being like a samurai and just cutting people down with a sword.
That's so much going on. Are you sure this is all in one game?
I know. Yeah, it is. We also have the jukebox over here. I'll go over there. The jukebox is where you take the records that you found throughout the stage, and you can analyze them for a cost. But you get money as you play through the stage. So look, I just analyzed this. And I got a submachine gun, level 6, and keep doing that. I got a handgun, a revolver.
All right.
And what else do I have? Another revolver at a higher level. So I can go back to the mannequin and I can equip different weapons if I want to there. Over at the workbench here, choose that. For example, the weapons that I have with the check mark on them are the ones that I have equipped now. And as you can see, there's like 5 little boxes on the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
I can add in parts here.
Oh,
if I
so
collected parts throughout the stage.
This is very similar to the single player where you can actually do that too. You have this
That's correct,
workbench
yeah. There's
where
a
you
workbench,
can,
yeah.
Where you can like modify your weapon to get some bonus damage or a quicker reload or...
Exactly, yeah. And it's in the story mode, it's given to you in such a degree that it still keeps maintains the survival horror element of the game. You never get like super powered up.
Oh no, you never. And
yeah, it gives you a slight advantage, but in this you can really go crazy. Like this is at level 1 right now. If I have 2 level 1s and I combine them, it becomes a level 2. I can go up to level 99. And you're gonna need that when you get to the end. There'll be level 99 characters coming at you. You need everything at your disposal. So, for example, I have a long magazine here, so I can give me more. It could give me more bullets in my clip.
All right.
Is one thing there. And there's a bunch of other things we can see. We got a store over here. This is an in-game store where you can purchase items that become available to use using in-game currency.
Yes.
This refreshes every time you come back here. So one day you might go, one mission you might go here and just nothing that you like. Play another mission, come back, there might be something very special waiting for you. It's totally random. But the levels matches your level. You can also access the real PlayStation Store from there as well. Voice logs are here. Sometimes when you come back to the base here, the crazy AI that has you trapped here will say snarky things to you.
Great.
And this is where we connect to online, and this is where we connect to the leaderboards.
Wow.
So how about we give a more difficult mission a try?
Are you sure you want to try that with me?
Sure, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
So if you go over to the red door, give me a second. I'll choose a mission for us.
Okay.
Let's go to mission 4.
All the way
Okay,
up
if
to
you could
4?
go to the red door and choose to go using the X button.
Yes. You said it's gonna cost me some points.
That's okay, yeah. You can use the cash.
Okay, I'm using my cash.
So yeah, to go on a mission, it does cost some cash, but it's never too much. Let's hold on a second. Went a little too far. If you push the square button, you can adjust your level. So the level right now is level 3 recommended, and I had mine drop down to level 2. So for example, if you played, like a level 15 mission, and it was too hard for you, but you somehow cleared it, you didn't get all the badges, and now you've progressed to level 20, and you want to go back to level 15, you can go in there as a level 20, but you won't get all the badges unless you do it at the level recommended level. So you can change your level before going out at any time. So I'll change mine to level 3. Let's see, you are at level 2, so you should push the square button as well and change to level 3 if you can.
Square button and 3. Yes. Here we go.
Okay, looks like we're ready to go, so we'll push the X button.
It says
And we'll go.
preparation complete.
All right, so while we're getting the transmission going in between, the chance to show off some of the stuff we have back here.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I love that one.
Yeah. I know if everyone could see this. We got the some of these items are available here at TGS, right behind us in Hall 10, straight out of the Resident Evil lore. So what we have right here is a BSA towel right here, if you're familiar with the BSA. This shirt right here is actually the shirt that the BSA agents wear. So that's some realistic material there. And then up here, as you said, your favorite item is Raccoon City map. This is a real Raccoon City map, and then the theme is that basically if you were to go on vacation in Raccoon City, you could buy this T-shirt at the, souvenir store.
I know it sounds bad, but I'd love to try a vacation on Raccoon City.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Just if you give me like a few shotguns and machine guns in my luggage, I'll be fine with it.
Start out with the rocket launcher, the infinite rocket launcher.
And maybe have a way to call Barry if I'm in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I'd stay by the escape train. So here we are in another Resident Evil 6 themed area. If you played Resident Evil 6, you know that Leon takes a short trip to the university.
Ah, yes.
So as you see, the creatures are also higher than they were in the previous mission that we
they're
did.
on level 3. Let me headshot you. Oh, I got him angry.
Yeah, we got him. No problem. Very important element for this, actually, which is probably difficult to convey here at the show or online, is that sound plays a really big role in this mode. Whenever an enemy spawns, they make like a very specific sound, and it tells you where they are in the environment.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's always been some of my favorite parts of Resident Evil is the sound atmosphere gets you right into that game, and just hearing those croaking, those zombies moaning all over, and you never know from where they're coming from. And if you have a good sound system, you can actually hear the zombie coming from behind you. That is one of the most unique experience you can have.
Yeah,
in
sound
terms
is really
of survival.
half of the design. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is really. So we've been playing here, commenting, and I have to say it's hard to comment and play and try to listen to what's going on. Yeah, that's why I got sneaked up so much during the first mission.
You see, we got a different guy. Zombie.
He's running. He's running.
Running zombies.
Let me finish him.
Go for it.
Oh.
That's cool.
All right.
Nice. I'm not scared at all, actually, playing with Hunk by my side. If you want to try, too, you might want to try the cloaking.
Yes, I'd like to try that. So you told me that was L button plus
the
right corner?
Yeah.
And should I validate with triangle? Yeah.
Yeah, so now you're cloaked. So I don't even know if I can see you.
I cannot make the click sounds like the Predator, but I'd love
Oh yeah, yeah. Looks like you just came back into view.
Oh.
But if you're in a horde of zombies and you're totally overrun, you use the cloaking.
It's a good tool to just escape quickly and get back to safety. So this stage here is a little more open than what we had before. There's actually more room for running and try to hide a little bit. Ooh, something exploded. Oh.
Yeah, you'll notice that kind of enemy from the story mode.
Yeah, I've seen one or two. They caught me by surprise.
Yeah, here comes a special kind of enemy. This is the kind of first glimpse at a different type. You see he's got an icon above his head.
Yes.
Sometimes they'll have like 4 or 5 icons above their head of all kinds of different abilities on him. But this means that he's a tank enemy.
All right.
So he's very strong. You got him in the head though, pretty hardcore there. Nice.
Oh, I think I took the Magnum. That's why it works so
Oh,
well.
nice. Yeah. The Magnum is good. Slow but
the Magnum has
powerful.
always been reliable in Resident Evil.
Yeah. So it looks like we have some more of these things on the table. Let's take them out before we get too close. You can use these as a strategic item too. You wait till the enemy gets close. If I can hit it, there we go. There we go.
Oh,
look out.
You got them.
As I was saying, you can dodge in any direction if you push the direction and the circle at the same time. Dodge forward, left, right, back.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's actually a special ability that you can get. Like some of the enemies, you can make it so that you can dodge longer, quicker, etc.
Let me head back to shotgun because that was
I think there's a guy in the stairs you can
unnecessary.
get him.
You were there already. So
There'll be crates, etc. across the
that's
staging.
That's really cool. The dodging part is really.
Yeah. That's one of Wesker's unique talents from the get-go. Is that he can actually cancel any animation by using the dodge.
There's someone behind you.
Oh,
got him.
Thank you for keeping an eye out. I was too busy explaining. But especially if you played Resident Evil 5, there's like a crazy battle sequence with Wesker on an airplane at the end, and you just see how good he is at martial arts.
Yeah.
It kind of carried that theme over. Each of the characters kind of has a theme like that. So he's got the crazy martial arts, so he can cancel out of any animation anytime by dodging. Looks like a dude's coming towards me. Ooh, look, dodged out. Yeah.
Whoa. You're up the stairs. The other way was blocked. I could not get up. Oh, they're back down. Let's head on. Ooh.
Oh, there's a guy behind you down there at the bottom.
He's not finished this one. Yeah.
Oh, he's on the table.
Oh. He's a fast one.
Bad aim.
Come right at me. I got the shotguns better on short range.
Go for it.
Wait. There you go.
Nice. Oh, I got some guys up here. Give him a headshot.
You need some cover up here. I'm coming up.
So it's good to take out the enemy's feet. Throw them off balance.
There we go.
There you go. Nice. So we heard that very distinct sound. That means that we can go to the next part. We can go through this lock here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that you can also crouch by using the lower left hand tap on the front on the touch screen.
Does it change anything? Like, is your accuracy better, or?
That's a good question. Actually, there are abilities that you can get that make your accuracy better when crouching.
Wow.
Or stronger. So that is a technique that you can use as well. So of course, if you're crouching. So yeah, see these guys running at us. We could try to use this thing on the ground here to good timing, take them out. Both of these guys are tanks, so they're gonna take quite a few shots to take them.
Okay. Come here. Yeah. You're quite a tough one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wait. The other one's here.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Can I finish him? Yes, I can.
Nice.
Also, but there are other guys coming here. Nah, we're safe.
I think if viewing this the Vita screen here at the show or on the web, it's kind of blown up a little bit, bigger than this thing. Whoa! Thought I had that guy. Good thing he went for you. But if you see it actually on the Vita screen itself, on the actual size, it looks quite nice, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that such a game that's on like next gen PS4 and Xbox could actually look like that on the PS Vita. I mean, it feels like remote playing the PS4.
Yeah, one of the main concepts for development of this is to basically like give that console experience in a handheld. which I think lots of times, during development, it proves very difficult to carry everything over. But we've carried pretty much everything over in this. Something we're proud of.
So we saw a coin that was up the stairs,
Right.
but we're still not done with all the zombies.
Yeah, technically we could get out of here, but that's...
But the problem is, we've been enjoying ourselves playing, but we're actually running out of time.
Oh, okay. Well, you can get the last coin, and then I think we're good to go.
Yes, so we can clear that mission.
I'll let you do the honors.
Thank you very much. Hey.
Nice.
That wasn't
job.
half as bad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We were a good team.
Yeah. Let's do it again online.
Yeah. You want to play that? Because I'd really like to clear all those missions.
Let's do it, yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Let's do it. Well, like I said, it's almost time to say goodbye.
Sure.
So first, I'd like to thank you for coming here and talk about Resident Evil.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great.
It's I think you mentioned it before, but we've also seen it on the Umbrella Corps trailer. The 20th anniversary of the Resident Evil franchise is coming up.
That's right.
So
20 years, can you believe it?
Yeah, it's been 20 years. I still remember very fondly the first Resident Evil.
How old were you when the first Resident Evil came out?
I think I was 11, 12.
11? Okay, yeah. I was lucky. I was a first year in university.
But I didn't play it until very later. But I remember advertisement and Games Magazine talking about it, saying it was this completely mind-blowing experience.
Yeah. Well, as I said, the anniversary technically starts at the beginning of next year, but we announced it recently. And of course, the first two titles in the anniversary theme are Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster, as well as Umbrella Corps. But we have many things in the pipe. Really look forward to just getting everyone excited about, some offshoot things such as Umbrella Corps, as well as the core survival horror that the development team holds so dear. We have some huge announcements for that. If we could work together to pump up the Resident Evil audience, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Be sure to check out Tokyo Otaku Mode too, because we've got some surprises for you regarding Resident Evil, and
awesome.
I hope we can present a lot of things to celebrate this 20th birthday.
20th birthday.
I'm just thinking about it. That's great. But it's great because with this collection that's coming up, people can go back to the really beginning of the story with Zero and and the first one in a really crisp looking 2016 version. That's I'm looking forward to actually replaying those games too.
Yeah. If you have that Origins collection, that's like the whole mansion incident. You find out what happened before and after. So it's if you haven't played it before, check it out. If you're looking to get into those old memories that you have, totally fresh and new. It looks great.
That's great. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you again
Thank you for coming. Everyone, let's give a big round of applause for Mr. James Vance.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks everyone for watching this. Next on Tokyo Otaku Mode live stream Hut, we're going to talk about shoot 'em ups with the people from Darius and also people from Cave. So if you love those maniac bullet hell shooters, there's going to be a lot in for you. Please stay tuned on YouTube Live. We're coming back soon. See ya!
Thank you.
Thank you so much. いや、楽しいですよね。It's great.